Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about how Google is mandating workers back to the office. Alright, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at the Udemy stock here. So, things are going well. It's not really a good day today, by the way. As you can see, things are down about 64% from the top here. But then again, if we look at the rest of these indices here, well, that's not very good. That's not very good. So, it looks like it's a down day. And again, one of the things about Udemy stock here is that there's a lot of other companies, like if I actually just go to, if I just type in U, which is for Unity, you can see that things are down quite a bit as well, from the peak to trough here. It's down 55%. And, Unity is actually not that bad of a company as well here. And so, if we go back to the max here, we had a pretty good run. And then now it's down, etc. And by the way, when I talk about investing here, so, if you go from, let's say, here to here, let's see if I can just get like 100%, right? So if you double your money, if you, let's say, put 5,000 in, you double your money, right? You have 10,000. But here's the thing: when you go from, so you bought like right here, and you said had 5,000, you'd have like you'd have, if you had 5,000 here, you'd have like maybe 2,000, a little more than that here. So you see the idea is that when you're investing, you want to buy when really nobody is buying, and you want to get these asymmetrical gains up to the top. The best investors do that here. And a lot of times, like if you have conviction over a company, like if you really like Unity, and you buy, I don't know, let's say here, right, and you lose 40%. If you really have conviction with that company, it doesn't matter because it's going to go up in the future. You just have to hold, right? But anyway, I want to talk a little bit today about how Google is mandating workers to Silicon Valley, okay? And this is something that's interesting because I talked about what's bearish for the e-learning industry here. Now, what they have done here, they will require employees to come back for about 3 days a week in some US and UK Asia Pacific offices. It's first step to end the policies that ended that allowed remote work because of COVID-19. So this is interesting. 3 days. Now, what that means? So what I would do is I would do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Monday and Friday I would not hear. So I don't know if that includes like holidays. So if it's 2 days a week on a holiday, probably not. But just kind of thinking there. So that's what I would do personally. And so Google. So I understand why they're doing this. Like I could see a lot of small businesses doing things in a certain way where, like, if you really want to have innovation, you got to get people in a room together. It's just, that real-time work is good. But it's been so long since even I've done that, so I'm not sure how creative that's going to be here. So it also says that everyone must fully be vaccinated. This is, again, if you want to work at Google. Unvaccinated workers, exemption, there could be exemptions here. And then there was something else in here. Where was it? Oh, yes. Let's see. Exemption. Where's the mask part? Basically, there's somewhere in here where it said that you're allowed to wear a mask if you're vaccinated, fully vaccinated. So that's interesting. And so, they have free meals, massages, and transit. So that's interesting here. But anyway, so Google is a big company, and I expect a lot of other companies to start doing this soon. Specifically, one of it depends if your CEO really likes it or not. Like Netflix, I think, really didn't like the idea of remote work. And so I could see Netflix going back pretty soon here. But this is a sign of things that are changing here. And it's did we win the war against COVID? It's tough to say. We do have a lot of drugs for it. And then I guess the vaccines do help as well. But at the same time, though, when it comes to companies coming back, they've done the math, and they obviously have done the math with this to say that they will be more competitive if they bring people back. Remember that Yahoo tried this years ago, and like remote work, and it didn't work. They brought everybody back. So, it's a good question, and I would assume that there's going to be a lot of people that have purchased houses very far away that might not be in such a good position here. But and what that might mean is that you might see a lot of openings at Google for the offices, and that means you could possibly get in. So that's something that's interesting. You could essentially just work at Google, right? Because there's going to be someone who quit, and then they might find remote work. So there's a really big opportunity here. So remember, like whenever you see something like this, isn't it good or bad? There's opportunity for you. So let's say let's take a look at a couple examples. So example one is, person quits remote work, and they might look for another company that's doing remote work. And there are companies out there that are doing this, by the way. And that means that vacancy has to be filled. And if you're new to the scene, then you can just move to wherever, Seattle, or I think they have one in San Francisco too. But wherever Google office is, and you can just work there, right? So that's something that's interesting as well. There's the opportunity that if you don't want to go back to San Francisco or Seattle, you can just work remotely for a different company, maybe even take a pay cut. Your life might actually be better if you take a pay cut. I know some people who have done this, who have moved to a different location and they've taken that pay cut, and they're actually happier. And and this is something that you might want to do as well if you're in that position. But I think there's massive opportunity around this, and it's up to you to figure out those opportunities. If you really like this channel, you can pledge for our current Kickstarter here. This is the complete Python automation and machine learning bundle. It's the best skill that you can have to get a job here. This starts off with completely basic stuff, so that anyone, even if you're a complete beginner, you can start learning Python. We do web scraping. That's really important when it comes to automation here. Machine learning automation. We also have mobile automation, such as Google Assistant and Apple HomeKit. And we have Web3 blockchain automation here. And the more you pledge, the more courses you get. All these rewards stack on top, meaning that the more you pledge, you get all the rewards below. So this is something that is really good. It's only available for a limited time, so please pledge today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.